when my husband passed that class, when he passed those state boards, and the lady had followed up with us and she was like, yeah, because this isn't going to work. This isn't going to work. I'll never forget. My husband looked at me. He said, baby, don't worry about it. I'll make it happen. Baby, at that point, I knew that there was nothing else for me to worry about, because when he said, baby, don't worry about it, I'll make it happen, I knew my husband was getting ready to shake the room. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It is Boss Lady, and honey, y'all, today I am going to be sharing a big moment with you all. So from the title of the video, you guys know that we purchased a home. So BossMan and I were sitting down reflecting on our 2021 and, just thinking about life and everything. So this time last year, we were getting ready to move into our home, and I realized that I never shared that with you guys. So I wanted to reflect and kind of share our home buying process with you all. Y'all, listen, buying a home is beyond stressful, So you guys, about a year and a half after BossMan and I got married, we decided to downsize and pay off our debt. So we knew that with downsizing, we'd have to rent something. And our plan was downsize, rent something for 2 years, and then purchase a home. Well, we did that. And the home that we moved into was, y'all, it was itty bitty. It was itty bitty. It was a 3-1, and I think it was about 790 square feet or 800 square feet. And it was different. It was different from what we're used to, but y'all, we made it a home. Like, we went in making repairs and all of that. So just like to make it comfortable, because we knew that we were going to be there for at least 2 years. So at the beginning of the pandemic, I believe it was around March 2021, 2020. I'm sorry, March 2020. We were sitting around and everybody was talking about, how the housing market was going to crash. The housing market was going to crash and homes were going to be dirt cheap. As you all know, that was not the case, and the cost of homes skyrocketed. So for some reason, at this point, we were about a year and 4 months into renting. Was it a year? No, maybe a year and 2 months into renting. And things began to get a little uncomfortable there. And for some reason, we was like, you know what? Maybe now is the time to look into buying a house. So y'all, I was online searching, BossMan was searching, and we found a home, and we went and viewed it. It was kind of far out, but it was still in Tallahassee. So it was a good distance away from our in-laws. My in-laws and then my mom. But it wasn't too far because Tallahassee is but so big. So we went and looked at this home, and it was a nice house. It was smaller. Well, not smaller than the rental, but it would have needed some updating, which was okay. I was okay with that. We looked at the home, and there was another realtor there. Her and her client was there, and you could tell that they really wanted that house. So we liked it, and it was also a short sale. We liked it, so we told our realtor at the time, go ahead and pull up a contract or put in an offer for it or whatever. For whatever reason, y'all, I don't even think we put in a contract. I don't remember what happened, because like within 2 days, it was off the market. So I don't know what happened with that house, but I was glad that it didn't work out. So we went and looked at another home. We saw this home online. The house, it was a nice size house, and it had a full in-law suite in the backyard. Full in-law suite, y'all. And the price was amazing. Y'all, we scheduled a time to go and look at the home. Honey, when we turned on the street, cars was lined up everywhere. Cars were up and down the street. People, y'all would have thought something had happened, something tragic, the way those people was out there. Well, our realtor had set up the first appointment, so we were supposed to be the first to see the home. When we got there, there was already a guy there. He was like, he had on like this hazmat suit. He was all underneath the house, like doing a thorough inspection. I was like, oh boy. Y'all, when we got in that house, it didn't feel right. It didn't feel right. I didn't like it. The house was nice. The price point was amazing, but it just didn't, I don't know, it didn't do it for me for whatever reason. So we went to see the in-law suite in the backyard, and the backyard was nice. It was huge. But the in-law suite would have been a full gut. Like, you could tell there had been water damage, but you were gonna have to do a total repair on that in-law suite. So I was telling BossMan, I was like, nah, baby, this ain't it. This is, So our realtor at the time, he asked us, he was like, hey, did y'all see this house on such and such street? And BossMan was like, no, we hadn't seen it. So he pulled it up, and he was like, y'all want to go see it? And I'm looking at the house. BossMan was like, baby, you want to go see it? I was like, not really. I didn't want to see it. And he was like, okay. And then I was like, well, if you want to see it, we can go ahead and see it, because we already out. We're already with the realtor. We'll go ahead and see it. So my thing was, I was staying in the car. I wasn't getting out. It didn't matter. But we came and, well, we went to see the house, and you guys, when I walked in, because I did get it, I went ahead and got out. My thing was, they don't need me sitting in the car. So I went ahead, I got out, and the first time around from the outside, I was like, y'all, when I stepped foot in the house, I was looking around, I was like, okay. I did one full walkthrough, and then I went back outside. I walked around the house, and then I went back inside the house. And then I was like, ooh, I could do this with this room. I could do that with that room. And I was like, ooh, I love how the washroom is separate. Not like separate, it's still in the house, but on the other side of the house. I fell in love with the house, y'all. The house that I didn't even want to go see. I fell in love with the house. So BossMan was like, okay. So we left and we went, I forgot where we went, but the realtor called. He was like, hey, I need y'all to come back to the house. BossMan was like, everything okay? He was like, no, but he was like, yeah, everything's okay, but BossLady left her purse in the house. Y'all, I'm not one to just leave my stuff. So we went back to the house, and the realtor was like, I don't know, BossLady. He said, I think this is the one. He was like, I mean, you done already left your purse here as if it's home. So I was like, okay. So we agreed that we were going to go ahead and put in an offer on the home. Y'all, we put the offer in that day. BossMan and I discussed it. We knew what they wanted for the house. We knew what we wanted to pay for it. We knew everything we wanted. So we put in the offer, drew up the contract. Our realtor sent it over to her realtor, the owner's realtor. And y'all, that was the longest 3 days ever. So on the third day, because I think that's what we had put in, like they had 72 hours to get back with us or whatever. So we got a reply, and they declined our offer. Y'all, my heart was just like, really? Now I done found a house I done fell in love with, and they declined our offer. So BossMan and I was like, okay, I mean, it is what it is. I was hurt. I was talking junk. I ain't gonna lie. But he was just like, baby, it's okay. We'll find another home. But y'all, I really wanted that house. So this was in April of 2020. So we left it alone. We didn't really actively look for anything else at the time, because there just wasn't, we didn't see anything that we wanted. So from April until about September, maybe? No, from April to August, we left it alone. Y'all, one morning, I got up one morning and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna ride back by the house. just to see if it's still available. So I rode by the house, y'all. It was still empty. And I was like, dog, I want that house. I told BossMan, I said, baby, I want it. He was like, I know. He was like, but you know, there's nothing we can do. You know, they rejected our offer for the house. I was like, okay, whatever. I'll just have to move on. I'll get over it. So that was in August. Y'all, I started riding by that house day and night. Sometimes I ride by it 2 times. Some days I just ride by it once. But I don't think I ever went more than 2 days without riding by the house. Y'all, I would get off in the morning, ride by the house, pull in the driveway, and I would sit there and pray over that house. Y'all, I wanted that house and I wanted it bad. Come to find out, the house had been on the market for, I want to say 3 or 4 years, but the owner, she would not let up. Y'all, the lady, she wasn't letting up. So one day I told BossMan, I was like, baby, I had been looking at different YouTube videos about buying houses, this and that. And I told BossMan, I was like, let's just see. I was in this finance group and there was a lady in there that did home mortgages. And they were saying, you know, if you're looking for a home loan, this is who you should contact. You know, she's the bomb. She's one of the best. She gives you a game plan, a blueprint to get you on track to buying a house. Now, you guys, whenever you're looking for a house, the first thing you want to do before you even reach out to a realtor, you want to secure your finance. Y'all, so we did everything backwards. We should have had our financing secured before we even put in that first offer on the home. But we didn't because we were excited. And you guys, BossMan used to be a mortgage broker. So he's very familiar with the home buying process. I want to say when the economy crashed and the recession, what was that? Maybe around 2008. I believe that was when he kind of phased out of the mortgage industry. So you guys, now we are into September. So I reached out to this lady. I was like, okay, we'll go ahead, reach out to her. And that way we'll have our financing lined up and we can go from there. So I reached out to the lady. We filled out the application, did everything online, and she had us to schedule a call with her. From the email, she was like, you know, everything looks great. I'll give you guys a call and we'll go from there. So she called us and she was like, oh, everything looks great. You know, we told her how much we wanted because we did not want to pay. We didn't want a huge mortgage. Like, we just didn't want that type of stress. So we told her what we wanted. She was like, oh, okay, you know, we can get that done. And then she was like, well, how about we do a round of credit repair? And I'm like, why do we need to do a round of credit repair? Like, BossMan credit was okay. I mean, it was good. My credit was okay. I think I may have had one thing on there, but it was literally due to fall off in October. So to me, it didn't make sense to do credit repair. And that bill I was not going to pay because it truly did not belong to me. So I was like, I don't know. She was like, yeah, let's do a round of credit repair. She worked very close with a lady that does credit. She was like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and transfer you all to her. She'll get you guys started, this and that, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, when we talked to the lady, she was like, yeah, we can do an aggressive round of credit repair. It'll take about 60 to 90 days. I'm like, we don't have that type of time. I mean, looking back at it, I guess we did, but I was just like, So y'all, I told the lady, I said, let's hold off on the credit repair and I'll get back with you. Y'all, now I told you my husband used to be a mortgage broker. He was like, baby, let me go get my computer with my old system on it and I'll formulate everything and send it over to her. Y'all, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. My husband went and he went outside to our storage unit, got his old computer, did whatever he had to do to get access to his old system. Y'all, my husband literally formulated the entire loan. So I emailed it to her. I was like, hey, take a look at this and let me know what you think. She took a look at it. About 2 days later, she got back with me. She was like, oh, okay, I'll get back with you. So I'm like, yeah, this is not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Now keep in mind, we weren't actively looking for houses, but I wanted to go ahead and have everything lined up. Y'all, for some reason, I could not get the house out of my mind. So by this point, I'm steady riding by the house. I'm falling more and more in love with the house. I told BossMan, I said, baby, what do you think about me writing a love letter to the owner? He was like, I was like, why? He was like, baby, I don't know about that. He was like, I mean, she done said no. I was like, yeah, but I don't know. Y'all know when a woman wants something, she want it. Y'all, I did my research. I did my research on the home. I did my research on I knew who owned the house, but I found out who was the original owner, which was the parents of the lady. So y'all, I did a background, like a simple background check, just enough to get her contact information. Y'all, I prayed about it, and I was like, I was just willing to take that leap of faith because I didn't want her to feel a certain type of way about me reaching out to her. Y'all, I sent this lady, it's what you call a love letter, but I sent her a heartfelt email. And along with that email, we went ahead and so I emailed her and I gave her like a few days to reply. I'm thinking, okay, maybe she'll reply in a few days. And to this day, I don't remember if she replied. I feel like I emailed her and then the very next day, we resubmitted an offer. Y'all, do you know we resubmitted the same exact offer that we sent back in April? The lady accepted the offer. And I was telling BossMan, I felt like her realtor was standing in the way. For some reason, I did. I just felt like she was standing in the way. Honey, I was through the roof. You hear me? I was through the roof. Y'all, I was so excited. I was so excited because I'm like, okay, she's accepted our offer. Now what? Now keep in mind, we still didn't have our financing secured because I was trying to go with that particular lady. Y'all, we got the offer accepted on the house. I tell you no lie. My husband went and found a program, a class that he could take to get his license again. Y'all, we left, I think the very next week. We went down to Orlando for a week. We got a hotel, stayed in Orlando for a week. My husband went to class for that entire week, passed the class, took his state boards, passed that, aced it. So the lady, she was following up with us, and I was just like, yeah, we're just kind of holding off on things. Y'all, when my husband passed that class, when he passed those state boards, and the lady had followed up with us, and she was like, yeah, because this isn't gonna work. I'll never forget. My husband looked at me. He said, baby, don't worry about it. I'll make it happen. Baby, at that point, I knew that there was nothing else for me to worry about, because when he said, baby, don't worry about it, I'll make it happen, I knew my husband was getting ready to shake the room. Baby, when I tell you, if my husband would have said, baby, don't worry about it, it'll be okay, then I would have kind of been like, okay, let me still work my stuff in the background. But when my husband said, baby, don't worry about it, I'll make it happen, that was it. That was it. And baby, I knew from there, y'all, it was gonna happen. Okay, so at this time, so he's passed it, he's got on with this company, presented everything to him. Y'all, all they had to do was just submit the stuff to the underwriter. My husband literally had everything formulated for them. The lady was like, she was impressed. She was like, how did you do this? And she was impressed. When I tell you, the man know his stuff. When it come to the mortgages, he know what he doing. So y'all, we had our contract. We did do an extended contract because with COVID, things was crazy. People were out of the office. It was taking time to get everything that you needed. Y'all, I was so excited. Let me tell you, one day I dreamed that I rode by the house and there was somebody moving in. Honey, when I tell you, my heart, it's like my heart it just dropped. And in the dream, I was begging the people. I said, y'all, please listen. I'm gonna buy this house. I said, we just trying to get everything lined up. Please let me buy the house from you. The lady was like, no. Now y'all, this is all a dream. She was like, no, we just got this house. We had been looking at it, this and that, da 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 da. Y'all, I woke up. I was like, baby, somebody bought our house. He was like, what? I'm like, baby, I dreamed somebody bought our house. He probably thought I was crazy, but y'all, it was real. And my dream felt so real. So of course I had to get up, rolled by the house, and saw a stake in the yard. Now, you know, whenever you buy a home, you have a survey done. I called my husband in a panic. He was like, baby, they ordered the survey. I guess it had been like the day before. Y'all, I thought somebody was trying to get our home, and that, you know, I don't know. I was thinking all types of crazy. But y'all, we were so excited. Now, with our home, we did purchase an older home, and it was gonna need repairs, which I was okay with. Y'all, fun fact about me, if I could be anything else and not have to go back to school for it, I would probably want to be a general contractor. I love home projects, DIY projects, stuff like that. So I was okay with us having to make different repairs to the home. So y'all, we went ahead and it was time to close on our house. Well, before we even closed on the home, y'all, we were out buying flooring because we knew we were going to take all the flooring out. And I'll never forget the guy at the flooring store. He was like, so when would you like it delivered? He was like, oh, BossMan said, well, we'll come back and pick it up. You guys can hold it. We're supposed to close on such and such day. I think at this point we was probably 45 days out from closing. The guy was like, oh, so you guys haven't bought the home yet? I was like, no, but we're buying the home. He was like, so what happens if things don't work? I said, oh, it's going to work. That's our home. There is no ifs, ands, buts about it. He was like, oh, okay, big faith or something like that. He said, I was like, oh yeah, we got faith on this. So we went ahead and purchased some things in advance because I was just that confident, y'all. I was that confident, and I was grateful that everything was on point. It was just lining up to happen the way that it was supposed to happen. So you guys, we get to the closing table, and I'll never forget the lady. She was like, yeah, I was so surprised when I received that email from you. She was like, I could tell that you had really done your research and you wanted the home for your family, and it was heartfelt. Y'all, I feel like had I listened to my husband, I don't know if things would have went the way that it went, because like I said, I felt like her realtor was kind of standing, you know, in the gap between us. And come to find out, you guys, she was like, yeah, we've had multiple offers on the home. And she said, she just didn't connect, I guess, with the potential buyers. So we closed on the home, we got our keys and everything. And y'all, I tell you no lie, for like the first 6 months of us being here, people would ride by all the time and just stop, because the home had been empty so long, and her parents were the original owners of this home. And y'all, I'll never forget our mailman. He was like, hey, how y'all doing? And we was like, hey, how you doing? He was introducing himself. He was like, y'all somebody. I was like, what you mean by that? He was like, man, there's been so many people wanting that house, and she just wouldn't let up. The daughter just would not let up. And one day, right after we got here, the neighbor, he came from across the street, and he introduced himself and was telling us about the neighborhood. He was like, man, y'all made that happen. I was like, what you mean? He was like, man, so many people been coming by here looking at this house and wanted this house. He talking about me included. So he was like, y'all did that. I tell you, I love our home. Not only me, but my husband too. We absolutely love our home. And I'm just so grateful that it worked out, because it's perfect. And right after that, y'all, the housing market, whew, for our home now, who knows how much we would have ended up paying. But I'm glad it happened the way that it happened. And my message is, delayed does not mean denied. And if you guys want a home, you know, I know that home ownership isn't for everybody. That's not a goal for everybody. But if you want a home, go ahead and start repairing your credit if you need to. Do whatever it is that you need to do. Put it as a goal. I mean, it takes money to buy a home, of course. So start saving your money and planning. And not only that, I will link BossMan's information down in the description box. Now, if y'all are serious about buying a home, or you want to know, what it is that you need to do to buy a home, I'll leave his information down below. You can go online, fill out an application or whatever, the information form, and he'll get back with you guys. But y'all, we purchased our home. It was a process, but it happened. And I was so grateful. I love our home, and you guys, we are about to, so we've been in our home now a year. Initially we made repairs because like the flooring, we painted the inside of the house and all of that. But now we're getting ready to start doing some just changes that we want to make. We are currently renovating the kitchen, and you guys will see all of that. And yeah, so I think I'm going to start a house to home series. And I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. All right, y'all, I just wanted to share our testimony with you guys about our home buying process. I'm going to end the video here because y'all know your girl will start rambling. All right, y'all, you know the deal. If you like the vibe, go ahead and subscribe. And if you're one of my people, thanks again. Come again and bring a friend. And honey, I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.